YouTube Stretchline Bait and Tackle, aka Old Man in a Kayak, and I want to cover another lake for you today. And this one's a little bit off the beaten path, a little smaller lake. And this is Lake Mineral Wells, and there is a state park here. And if you'll see on this northwest side here, these are all campsites. This right here is all campsites. This loop here is all campsites. This little loop here is campsites, and this area right here towards the front are shelters. They're like 10 by 10 screened in shelters. They have electricity, running water, fire pit, uh, and they're really nice. I mean, and as a matter of fact, I will be out there tomorrow, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, out on this lake fishing, and I'll be at the shelters. And if it's been like it's been in the past, this being a holiday, I may have this entire place to myself. And so I'm gonna go out there and I want to do a little fishing, and I want to cover. I want to cover some things about this. This is a beautiful little state park. I mean, like a lot of Texas state parks, they're well managed, well maintained, they're clean, and they're unique in their own way. And this one here, this is one that's kind of unique in a way as well. So when you come in, you will come in up this road right here, and then this is your registration area. You can pre-register online, but this is where you would check in. And then when you come in, you come into this road right here, and if you come in this way, and this is a parking area with a boat ramp right here. You can see the boat ramp. Has a nice little boat ramp here. This area right here to the left is a swimming beach, and they have a little convenience store kind of thing with fishing supplies, stuff like that, with a really nice fishing dock out the back here. Actually, looks like they've added a fishing dock, so it looks like they have two fishing docks. They also rent small boats, canoes. Uh, they used to rent john boats, canoes, and pedal boats. The little two-person pedal boats you can go out there and just mess around. But anyway, so I want to cover this lake. I mean, this is a beautiful little state park. The lake here is only about 450 acres or so, so it's not a giant lake. It's got decent fishing. I think the bass record is a little over 12 pounds, and it has been stocked in the past with Florida hybrids. And so, but anyway, when you pull in here, you got the little main area here for a boat launch and all that. Now, if you're camping up on this other side here, you can see there's the shelters here. There's the screen shelter areas here. In fact, there's one of them right here. There's one of the little shelters, and they're kind of hard to see. They're all in these woods here, and these are pretty spaced apart. And there's shelters all along here, and they also have. This is a bathroom right here. This is a bathroom with showers and bathroom men and women showers, and I believe there's a second shower. Yeah, right here, restroom and showers right here, and restroom and showers right here, and so it's they're really clean. It's really nice. And a unique thing is when you come in this main road right here, and you come in this road and you go back to the shelter and camping area, you are driving not over the dam, but alongside the dam. This road here, the dam sticks up about four, maybe 4 or 5 feet above the roadway. So when you're driving in here and you look out your window across the dam, you see eye level across the lake. And this, they do not have uh like an outlet, like it's an overflow dam. That's what I'm trying to say. So when the water level gets up, it flows over the road, and they will close the road. And to get to the shelter areas, you actually have to come in a back way through the old. This is the old Fort Walters. This was a an army base that was opened back in the 60s and 70s, and shoot, even when I was in up into the early 80s, we were using as Marines used to go out there for a weekend training while I was in the reserves. But anyway, this was a big Huey helicopter training area, Fort Walters. And I remember my dad was in Vietnam. We used to come out here to the PX and commissary. But the Army closed the base in the I'm wanting to think late 80s, and they turned it into an industrial commercial park. So, but anyway, you can come into this back road here and come in and still access all the campsites if the water is flowing over the dam. So, All right, now I'm gonna cover a few parts here. The lake is fairly deep and steep. Uh, it's like 25 to 30 feet deep in the center, but it drops off really quick, especially here along the main parts. You see, you have a shallow flat here, and you have this island here. Now, when you go back in the timeline, I will go back in the timeline for you so you can see the actual depth here. Uh, I mean, the structure here, you won't see the actual depth, but you'll be able to see the depth there. This is a shallow area right here, a shallow flat. Where this is deep water here and deep water here. So you have uh, deep water right next to it, and that's an excellent bass fishing area. That whole area right there. And you're gonna give me a minute. I got a little lag here on the camera here. Let me There we go. Here we go. This is back to a drier area. You see, this is your swimming beach right here. You can see this is all shallow right here. Here is your spillway dam, and you can see this is all a shallow area here. And these are these two little islands, and that was that grass area. And this is your spillway here. Now this is deeper water here. This is 25-foot water. I mean, even in this little cove, this steeps off real deep too. So it's a deep, not a, I mean not a super deep, but it's a fairly deep lake for a small lake in it. And the shoreline, especially in this front half of the lake here, I would say from like right about this point, right. Let me get my mouse to work in here. Get a little lag here, but the front, from this line right here forward, it steeps, it tapers off really deep. I mean, down to 25 to 30 feet. And then as you come back up this way, it's still a little deep up through here, but it starts to shallow up. And you have a nice little cove here that has some excellent fishing, a lot of reeds and lilies. And this is all rocky shoreline here. These are all your campsites. There's another cove here. Actually, you come back up in here, and this is a nice little big shallow bay. The bass will spawn back up in here. And this is another uh, this area almost always holds water, but it's like maybe when it, like in this picture here, when it was a dry season back in a drought in 2015, that was about 4 to 6 foot of water. And then right here is the creek that feeds in, and you can see this creek still has water in it even in this drought, because this is a real wooded deep creek here. And it's there's holes here that are like, right now at this picture right here, it's probably 6 to 8 feet deep. There's several holes there. And I will pull this back up to the future here so you can see when it's actual water level, so you can bring your boats in. Now this area right here can get shallow, so if you've got a bass boat, you may not be able to get across here. But if you're fishing out of a kayak or a canoe, there's no issue to get back here. Or even if it's a little down, this is just a simple portage right here to get up in this creek here. And this creek, you can see it goes way back. And this area right here, I'm not for sure if it stays uh, retains water all the time. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, here's 2015. Okay, you can see it dried up in 2015. So, but this part here didn't. But this place back here, now it has been full of water since then. Since 2015, it has hold water. So for the last 10 years, there has been water back here. So whether or not there are fish in there, I cannot guarantee that. But this area right here does hold. And then the creek channel right here will hold fish as well also. But your main part of the lake is right here. And like I say, it's pretty deep. And this is a great place to take your family. I'm telling you, you want to go out there and you get shelters, or you take your camper out there. You got tent sites. You have electricity and water and showers, and it's the town of Mineral Wells is just right down the road. If you want to grab food or supplies or anything like that, it's really nice. This has been one of my favorite state parks to go to. I just love this lake, and the fishing's not bad, and especially if you get in a boat. If you bring your own boat with you, the fishing is much better than it is from the bank. Even though there is good bank fishing here, because you have these two piers here up at the front, but you have a fishing pier here that you kind of have to hike down to, and there's another fishing pier way back up here at the other end. Now you see this road drives up through here, and this is like a they've added this amphitheater since last time I was there, so I'm unfamiliar with that. I have not seen the amphitheater, but I am familiar with the rest of this. And you can park along here and you can walk down. There's trails you can walk down. Now, the really, really interesting spot is this place right here is called Penitentiary Hollow. And you come up here and you park your cars here, and it doesn't look like it, but you're probably maybe 75 feet above the water, maybe 100 feet. It's really, this is like a little cliff here. You'll notice when you come up here, you drive up to get to this. Now, this hiking trail here that takes you to Penitentiary Hollow, this is a really, really cool place because when you walk out through here, there are rocks and let me see if I can get this to cooperate a little better here. I was trying to get it wants to spin on me, but anyway, this area right here is a lot of cliffs and people rock climb through here, and there are trails you can come up here and take a steep trail down and walk through here, and it's really shaded, and you can be out there in 100-degree day and you go down here in a Penitentiary Hollow and it's like in the 80s, and it's really cool down there, and that's a real cool place. And they also have there's a trail now that there's a hiking, biking, equestrian trail that runs from here all the way to uh, almost to Weatherford. It's like a 20-mile hiking, biking, equestrian trail up through here, and I have not done that trail, but anyway, it's that's there for you to enjoy. So there's some really, really cool stuff to see here. This is No, I've been to a lot of state parks in Texas, and I love going to the state parks because I've always had a very nice and experience at the Texas state parks, and they've always been well maintained, and just they've picked these parks because of the scenery, and just about every state park you go to, there's going to be some unique feature, and with Mineral State Park, going up here and hiking through Penitentiary Hollow, uh, it is it's fascinating. It's really cool to walk down this old rock. They made natural rock stairs down, and I'm telling you, you'll walk 50, 75 feet down into this little canyon right here, and where it's split, and you can walk through there, and it's all wood and trees everywhere, and people go rock climb and stuff like that. And it's really, really cool. So anyway, I wanted to bring this lake to your attention here, and this is a really, really nice place to take your family and spend the weekend, or even go by yourself. You can go as a day trip or whatever. And I'm not going to call this a top 20 bass lake, because it's not. It in this for the state of Texas, and I don't even know if you would call it a top 50, but it's a nice place to go if you just want to go away and do an unpressured, enjoyable, relaxing weekend. This is an awesome place to go. This has always been one of my favorites, and this I'll show you one thing right here. This island right here, depending on the water levels, is how high or low it is, and it's changed over the years. But there's a stone uh, picnic bench right here. Now sometimes it's underwater, and it's made out of cement and natural rocks from the area. So depending on the water level, you can pop up right here and hop out here and have your little picnic rush. Now it's rough. It's not a tended spot. Let me put it that way. So depending on the water level and things like that, it could. I mean, and the growth, it's not like a campsite. This is has a pic. It has a natural built picnic table here, but the place is not developed. So you may see spiders, or you will see spiders, and you'll see snakes, and you'll see other critters like that. So possibility. But anyway, that's a pretty cool place. And it depends on the season and the time. Uh, you can always stop here and the fishing around here, like I say, you got deep water. This is a shallow flat all right here, and this is a bass spawn area right here, and then deeper water all the way on the outside edges here. Now you have another little area right here, and it looks like they've added another little fishing ramp here. That wasn't there before last time I was there. But anyway, there's by the shelters there's a fishing ramp here, and there's another one back up on this side too. There's one there, and there's several places all along this where your campsites are. There's another little fishing dock here. There are multiple campsites or places to fish from the shore right here along the rocky shore. And this was always my favorite campsite right here. This one right here where I'm circling is number 28. And I always, that was one of the ones that I would always try to get. I would either get this site right here or this site here. And these sites are, there are tent sites and there are ones for your camper too. You can see there's a camper parked right here. But anyway, this one was my favorite, number 28. And we would put here, and we would have our little boat here. We had a little 2-man bass buster, and this cove here is all filled with reeds and marshes, and same with this cove here. So you get some nice little bass fishing, and then there's good catfishing, good crappie population, and if you want to get away for the weekend and with your family or take the kids out and just have a nice weekend where you can do a little hiking, and you'll have to see what they have for the shows here for the amphitheater because this was added since last time I was there. And they have a little swimming area. So you got swimming, you got fishing, you got hiking, and a little town real close by. So anyway, that's my little take on this Lake Mineral Wells State Park. This is a gorgeous, awesome place. And it's a fun place, and don't expect to go out there and catch some giants. Now there are some decent bass out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's not one of your top 20 bass lakes. It may not be even the top 50 in the state, but it's a nice place. So, alrighty. Hey, well, that was Stretch Line Bait and Tackle, and I wanted to cover this with you. And I will be going out there Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to do several other videos and stuff while I'm out here for these 2 days. And I should have the whole lake to myself, which would be awesome. And so I can get some more data, not data, but I'll bring some more live action shots and stuff for you. All right. Hey, well, Stretch Line Bait and Tackle sign out. Remember, when you're on the water, be safe, come back alive. Always wear your PFD. Pick up your trash, pick up other people's trash, and yak it out. Have a good day.